Hola, amiga. Welcome back to the show. On this episode, we are going to be focused on how wealthy Latinas spend their money and what you can learn from them and from me, of course. So let's start by sharing something that I hope you are listening to because this is completely revolutionary. Okay. So I want to start by saying that spending is not the enemy. Let me say that again. Spending your money is not the enemy. How you spend your money is the thing that is either holding you from building generational wealth or is actually keeping you stuck in a place of money is not for me. Okay. So I want to address the mindset that comes when you spend your money right now. And that is a lot of guilt, a lot of, ooh, maybe I should wait or postpone what I want. Maybe is even avoidance on maybe we just do it tomorrow. And what happens when you do that practice is you are still in survival mode. And throughout the years since I launched Say Hola, I have been helping so many mujeres overcome the guilt of spending, but also the guilt of feeling like they don't know what they're doing with their money, or even the guilt of, am I making the right decision? And I always say, yes, the best decision when it comes to spending your money is the decision that works for you, right? And so, one of the things that I like to coach my clients on is let's focus on buying things that add rather than buying things that subtract from our wealth creation. Okay. And if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, I have a casual outfit because today is Spirit Week at my daughter's school. And I always like to dress up with them because I just love it so much. And so that was like a side note on why I'm wearing the hat and so on. Okay. What I want you to know is spending your money with intention is truly going to help break the feeling of you feeling anxious when you spend, you feeling like money is taken from you. And so when you make the time to even plan how you spend your money, that is going to create a new way of thinking about wealth. Okay. So, what I coach my clients on and teach inside the academy, which by the way is open this week. If you want to be part of this cohort, now is the time. Okay. So, in the academy, I have members that come and say, Lucy, just teach me what to cut. Please teach me what to cut. And I'm like, no, that's not the energy when you start creating wealth. And so what I coach them on is let's get clear on soul alignment, meaning let's get clear on what are the things that truly bring you joy and the things that you wake up to and feeling, wow, I'm ready for this. For example, I'm going to use myself as a case study, okay? Since I met my husband, and even before I met my husband, I've always valued traveling. Okay. So my dating partner back in the day when I was single was my mom. Like I used to take my mom all over because I really value that connection with her. And I truly value experiencing new things. Like, for example, if my mom wanted to do something that she was like, "Oh, that's too much for me," I would say, "No, let's do it. Let's plan for it." And we will plan ahead in order for us to do this. And even now, as by the time I'm recording the podcast, her birthday is coming up. And don't tell her this, but I'm planning, I'm whispering, I'm planning a surprise birthday party for her. She doesn't really listen to the podcast. I hope today is not the day. And so I'm planning that because I value giving her experiences. And so when members come to work with me inside the academy, one of the first things that we recognize is okay, let's talk about how you're spending your money right now. And so we want to make sure that we're doing that, right? Get clear, do an audit on how your money is being spent right now. And so the options are you spending your money on survival, which is the essentials, right? The rent, the grocery bills. These are also known as needs, by the way, but I'm being dramatic right now because I want you to shift the mindset on how you see wealth. The next one is soothing. This is when a lot of us say, yeah, I'm going to go shopping and I'm going to go to do retail therapy, or I'm going to go spend money because I just need this as a way of coping. And I'm not shaming you, by the way, because I've done it so much throughout my life. And even to this day, I catch myself wanting to do it. For example, one of the things that I recognize about me recently, and when I say recently, I'm talking about the last 3 years, is when I'm super excited, I want to go spend money now. Like when my client said, Lucy, the salary negotiation strategy that we work on, give me 30,000 or 50,000, I go and buy things to celebrate. And I have to learn to become aware of that, right? And so the other way on how you might be spending your money is status, right? Te importa lo que dice, like, oh my God, I have to have always the latest trends. I have to buy a new dress every time I go. And I don't want you to think that's completely bad because it's not. However, I do want you to think about how can I prioritize long-term wealth creation versus just me buying these because it's a status or because I just don't want people to see me with the same dress. And then the fourth one is soul aligned, which is the cash libre way, by the way. And so I want you to spend money on things that align with your values and with your goals. And most importantly, things that bring you a lot of joy. I can say the word, things that bring you a lot of joy. Okay. So for example, I have members inside the academy that are like, I will never pay $70 for my nails to get done. And for me, yeah, look at me. Like I want to spend money on my nails. I spend money on massages. I spend money on a lot of good food because I just value that. And we want to shift from that identity of spending is a problem, right? Like I have a spending problem. A lot of people come to me and say that all the time. I have a huge spending problem. And the answer is no. What you have is actually an under earning problem. Okay. Let me say that again. You don't have a spending problem. What you have is an under earning problem. Okay. So, what's going to happen is once you start hanging out with Latinas that are not only becoming wealthier, like monetarily, financially, but they're also reclaiming what it means to spend and how it means to spend money. You are going to see yourself that, oh, wow, I'm already doing this. But the thing that I wasn't doing is prioritizing my goals. Okay. And so inside the academy, we coach mujeres on that. Hey, what are your goals? So what do you want to do? And you might be thinking, okay, so what's in it for me right now? Because you're probably thinking, I want to join this round, but why should I do it now? The answer is because you are going to make a single decision. Okay. The decision isn't right now about whether or not you need to cut your spending because it's not going to be that way because I won't teach you that. The decision right now is not about what if I'm not ready to invest or which investment account I should do. I will coach you on that. The decision right now that you need to take is whether or not you are ready to become the best version of yourself. Okay. And so let me give you examples on how my clients are using their money to create more wealth, but also to enjoy life right now. Okay. So I have a client who is the eldest daughter, and she loves helping her family financially from a place of I prepare for these versus I need to because I'm the eldest daughter. Okay. And so one of her goals is, yeah, I want to become work optional before traditional age, which is 65. But I also want to go on a trip like to Europe. Okay. And so inside the academy, I'm working with her on, okay, let's create the systems and let's work on the mindset on how you can make this happen without feeling like you're not helping them, but also without feeling like you're the ATM, that they just come to you all the time. Okay. I have other clients that are moms, and sometimes they're like, just do it all, Lucy. I'll have my 9 to 5 and I'll come to the academy and I'll take care of my kids and I'll do their laundry and I'll feed my husband. And then they come to the another day, they come back and they're like, I'm so burnt out. Like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, yeah, no kidding. No kidding that you're burnt out, right? So what I coach these mujeres on, let's find out why you're not asking for help and let's find out actually how much would it cost you to hire the help. And hiring help is such a privilege that comes with a lot of guilt for a lot of us, but it's a privilege that we have earned and that we have worked so hard for. And yeah, I'm not going to be scrubbing toilets if I can make more money when I speak. Okay. So that's the identity on how wealthy Latinas are spending their money. And then lastly, we have another members, plural, that are already planning their vacation for 2026, 2027, 2028. And so that is the power of being in a community that is going to keep you accountable, that is going to help you rethink that, oh my God, I'm so bad at money, into, hey, I make my money work for me and get to work. Let's put the systems, the mindset, and the processes into this. Okay. So when you join the academy, we don't want you to hyper focus on budgeting because we want to automate as much as possible. Okay. And in addition to that, I want you to know that we are committed to helping you increase your net worth by 20K. And how we do that is by teaching you mindset, systems, processes. And if you have a 9 to 5, we work with you on the strategy to negotiate or get ready to negotiate, even if you just had a salary increase like last month. Okay. So we want you to focus on wealth creation rather than cutting expenses, because that's how wealthy Latinas create money. Okay. Their plan, their spending plan is not rooted in let me cut. Their wealth creation and spending plan is let me become limitless. Okay. So we don't have limitations, and we work so much on helping you reprogram the way you think about spending your money. Okay. So we also consistently work with you on stop saying that you can't afford things, because that's the language that we are using right now. Hey, I want to go on vacation to Hawaii, but I can't afford it. Or I really want to hire the help, but I can't afford it. So we work with you on, hey, what if you say, I want to go on vacation and here's what I'm going to do today to make that happen. Even if it's something so simple as opening a high yield savings account, we want you to do that. Okay. And so let me repeat the 4 ways that we spend our money right now. And I'm so good this week. I have my notes and everything. Okay. Survival is number one. Soothing, when you are just spending to feel good, right? Whether that is retail therapy or just coping with something unexpected that happened. The status, que va a decir la gente, siempre me tengo que ver guapa. And then the cash libre way is that way we teach how to spend your money inside the academy, which is the soul aligned version where we help you plan ahead, create more money. And also, I was recently reading some statistics on the purchasing power of Latinos. And I know there's so much emphasis on that. Oh my God. Yeah. Like our purchasing power is 5 trillion, which is huge. But also, we want to focus from being consumers to being investors. And for that, you need to be in the right room. The conversations we're having in the academy are not happening anywhere else, because we want to start shifting the identity on, we want to help you shift the identity from, I don't know how to do with my money, or I don't know how to spend my money, into how are older mujeres doing? And I'm very open to everything that I'm building. And one of the things that I share with my clients too is right now, as of the time I'm recording this podcast, I am already in rooms where Latinas are 10 years ahead of me. Okay. Are not thinking about what is my next home purchase. They're thinking about how am I going to build like the whole like neighborhood, the whole fraccionamiento. And so those are the conversations that I want you to have, because right now your circumstances are holding you back, but those can be changed. And when you change your environment, your mindset will change. When you give yourself permission to say, yes, I want to invest in the academy, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to be in this room where there's no shame about money, in this room where things can actually be hilarious when we're talking about money and investing, that's when the shift changes. Okay. So in case you're wondering, how is Lucy spending her money in 2025? I'm starting with investing because that is super important to me. I know that the more investments I make, the more money I have to play and to create impact, not only in my household, but also in my community. I'm going to be traveling a lot this year with my family, and we've done this every year. In fact, this is coming up is going to be our second trip, and it's only quarter 1. So I do have a lot of trips planned for the year. And I'm also going to be investing more money into my health. So It's been a while since I worked with a health coach. So that's another thing that I'm planning on doing. And as I have the book that I'm launching, and so I want to get more help in terms of the strategy for the launch and things like that. So yes, I will continue to invest in my business and my growth. And another thing that I'm investing in is also I want to, maybe I haven't really decided what to call it, but what I want to do is I want to invest in a spiritual retreat or a coach or things along the line. So I go to church, not every Sunday, but I do go to church and I love my church. However, I want to bring more of the spiritual connection with the higher power, whatever that is. And so I will also be investing in that for this year. And so I want to help you create your spending plan in your wealth creation plan inside the academy. So if this podcast resonated with you, I want you to take radical action and I want you to apply to be part of this group. If you know of someone who could benefit from being in this group, hazme un favorzote and send them this podcast, and I will catch you on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening and thank you for watching.